Cryptids are animals that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild, but are not recognized by science. Cryptozoologists focus on entities mentioned in the folklore, record, and rumor. Entities that may be considered cryptic by cryptozoologists include Bigfoot, Yeti, the Chupacabra, the Jersey Devil, and the Loch Ness Monster. The Loveland Frog. In Ohio folklore, the Loveland Frog is a legendary human frog described as standing roughly 4 feet. In 1972, the Loveland Frog legend gained renowned attention when a Loveland police officer reported to a colleague that he had seen an animal consistent with the description of the Frogman. After a reported sighting in 2016, the second officer called a news station to report that he had shot and killed the same creature some weeks after the 1972 incident. According to various legends, the creature was first sighted by a businessman or a traveling salesman along an unnamed road in the late night 1955. The driver was heading out of the Branch Hill neighborhood when he spotted 3 figures. They stood erect on their hind legs along the side of the road with leathery skin and frog faces. Bigfoot, also commonly referred to as Sasquatch. Bigfoot is an ape-like cryptid, alleged by cryptozoologists and enthusiasts to inhabit the forest of North America. Evidence has been offered to prove Bigfoot's existence, including sightings, photographs, video and audio recordings, hair samples, and cast of large footprints. Scientists have historically discounted the existence of Bigfoot, considering it to be a result of a combination of folklore, misidentification, and hoax. Bigfoot is often described as a large, muscular, bipedal ape-like creature covered in black, dark brown, or even dark reddish hair. Some alleged observations describe Bigfoot as more man-like. In 1971, multiple people in Oregon filed a police report describing an overgrown ape. Common descriptions include broad shoulders, no visible neck, and long arms. Some alleged nighttime sightings have stated that the creature's eyes glow yellow or red. Both Bigfoot believers and non-believers agree that many reported sightings are hoaxes or misidentified animals. The most well-known video of an alleged Bigfoot, the Patterson film, was recorded on October the 20th, 1967 by Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin as they explored an area called Bluff Creek in Northern California. The Dover Demon. The Dover Demon is a creature reportedly sighted in the town of Dover, Massachusetts. On April 21st, a 17-year-old claimed while driving on April the 21st, 1977, he's seen a large-eyed creature on top of a broken stone wall on Farm Street in Dover, Massachusetts. Also, a 15-year-old John Baxter reported seeing a similar creature on Miller Hill Road the same evening. The teenagers drew sketches of the alleged creatures and swore on a stack of Bibles that they had seen the creature. Some suggested that the creature may have been a newborn elk or a moose calf. Police told the Associated Press that creatures reported by the teenagers were probably nothing more than a school vacation hoax. The Loch Ness Monster, also known as Nessie. The Loch Ness Monster, a creature in Scottish folklore that is said to inhabit Loch Ness. In the Scottish Highlands, it is often described as a large, long-necked, and with more than one humps protruding from the water. Popular interest and belief in the creature had varied since it was brought to worldwide attention in 1933. Public interest skyrocketed whenever countless letters being sent in detailing different sightings, describing a monster fish, sea serpent, or a dragon, with the final name ultimately being Loch Ness Monster. The earliest report of a monster in the vicinity of Loch Ness appears in the life of Saint Columba, written in the 6th century AD. Saint Columba and his companions encountered local residents burying a man by the river. They explained that the man was swimming in the river when he was attacked by a water beast that mauled him and dragged him underwater. In October 1871, D. Mackenzie reportedly saw an object resembling a log or an upturned boat, wriggling and churning up in the water, moving slowly at first before disappearing at a faster speed. In 2003, the BBC sponsored a search of the loch using 600 sonar beams and satellite tracking. No animal of sustainable size was found despite their reported hopes. The scientists involved admitted this proved that Loch Ness Monster was a myth. The Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp. In the folklore of Lee County, South Carolina, the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp is an entity said to inhabit the swampland of the region. First mentioned in the 1980s. Sightings and damage attributed to a creature yielding a significant amount of newspaper, radio, and television publicity. On July 14, 1988, the Lee County Sheriff's Office investigated a report of a car damaged overnight while parked at home. The car reportedly had teeth marks and scratches with hair and muddy footprints left behind. 17-year-old local Christopher Davis reported to the sheriff that his car was damaged by a creature he described as green and wet-like, saying it had 3 fingers, red eyes, like skin of a lizard, and snake-like scales. Local radio station WCOS offered a $1 million reward to anyone who could be able to capture the creature alive. Over weeks and months of reported tellings, the details changed many times from having scales to the creature being packed with mud. It may be sincere or it may be a hoax, but in either event, no hard evidence of the creature has been found. Indrid Cold. Indrid Cold, commonly known as the Smiling Man, is an alleged humanoid entity. The nickname comes from the being's tendency to smile at almost anyone that encounters him. The Grinning Man is reported to be human-like in appearance, although he is commonly associated with UFO activity. It is also believed to be possible that he is connected to the Men in Black. Cold was first seen on October 16, 1966, when 2 boys, Martin and James, were walking 4th Street in New Jersey when they saw a figure standing near a fence. The figure was a tall, bald man wearing a metal green suit who was staring right at them with a huge grin. November the 2nd, 1966. In Parkersburg, West Virginia, a man was driving his way home on Interstate 77 until he heard a crash. An unidentifiable vehicle appeared to land in front of his truck. The grinning man came out of the vehicle. He telepathically said that his name was Indrid Cold and he meant him no harm. During the same period in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the Lilly family had been reporting poltergeist activity inside of their home. The Lilly's daughter Linda was sleeping one night and awoke to see a man standing over her. It was a man, a big man. I couldn't see his face very well, but I could see that he was grinning at me. Black-eyed children. The black-eyed children phenomenon involves eerie children with ghostly pale white skin and pitch black eyes. They usually go around asking their victims for seemingly harmless favors. Usually this involves asking a person if they will come to a location that a person is at, like a house or vehicle. Some people said that the black-eyed children are regular kids who've been demonically possessed. Alleged encounters with black-eyed children has been reported in Abilene, Texas and Portland, Oregon. They are described as being in a almost catatonic hypnotic state. Most of these children are usually between the ages of 6 and 16. Deer Woman. Deer Woman, sometimes known as Deer Ladies, are shape-shifting women in Native American mythology. They can be found in and around Oklahoma and the western United States. They allegedly appear at various times as a human woman, a young beautiful maiden, or a deer. Men who are lured into their presence of a deer woman often notice it's too late and it's not a normal woman. Before they can get away, the deer woman stomps them to death. They can be banished through the use of tobacco and chanting. Others say that you can break the spell by looking at their feet and realizing they are hooves. Once they are recognized for what they are, the deer woman will run away. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the series. I'm enjoying it as well. And if you did, please leave a like. If we get 100 likes, I will make a part 2 to this video. Thank you again, and have a fantastic night.